Good morning, I'm David Combe with the CBS Morning Report for this Thursday the 7th of April, just past 8:30am, and overnight market action largely in the green here for the Americas, with the Dow up 32, S&P 500 up nearly 3, and the Nasdaq up 8.63. I understand the Cisco results might have helped push the Nasdaq along a little bit there. The rest of the Americas, Toronto down about 0.5%, Mexico up just slightly, and Brazil down 1.15. I noticed there's been some commentary on their concerns about the valuation of the real there impacting the manufacturing sector. So some concerns there for strong currencies. Some of those issues, of course, are being raised here at the moment. Interestingly, all of Europe was up. This is despite Portugal's bond auction not going off all that well, and calls for a bailout being back on the agenda. The PM there has warned his citizens that they might be going down the same path as Greece and Ireland there with regards to potential bailout. So the big movers there were Madrid up 1.56%, Milan up 1.21, and FTSE 0.57, DAX 0.55, and the CAC 0.16. So it certainly seems to be just shrugging that off. Our close yesterday saw us up 12.8 points, the Hang Seng up 134.47, and the Nikkei down 31. Futures in our region are suggesting a small tick up here on the SPY 200, Hang Seng up 109 and the Nikkei up 40. Now, one of the reasons that we're probably not seeing a lot of direction here is that we really haven't had a lot of data out this week, and we'll go to that in a minute. But been a bit devoid of stuff to look out for. We'll move on to the commodities space now and just have a look here at what some of the energies are doing. We are seeing a bit of a disconnect between Brent and West Texas crude, 122 and 108. We're actually trying to do some work on that now to figure out why that is the case. Natural gas, $4.14. We know why we're quite bullish natural gas. We do have to expect that there's going to be some consolidation going on at the sort of apex of the pyramid here, where we see this pennant formation, long-term pennant formation, start to shape up. We're also kind of heading into the inter-season period here. Well, it's our Northern Hemisphere's spring, so we would expect perhaps to see a little bit of a slackening in demand there. Okay, so I mean, what we do, just going back to that, is we trade that by adding to our positions when they get into profit, and we progressively, or try and in an orderly fashion, move out of the trade as it moves to the downside. Okay, in our soft commodities, really a little bit of a mixed bag here, nothing standing out too much. Sugar down 2.54, cotton up 3.48, it's a fairly big move there. Coffee down 1.16. Now, I'm not sure if the goings on in there in West Africa might be the difficulties there, or the issues there seem to have subsided, but we'll see some of the pressure coming out of the coffee prices there, and the cocoa prices moving up here, interestingly. Okay. Looking now to copper, up 0.85, so now at $4.37.85, and gold at now breaking through 1460, up $2.30, and silver at something like a 30. Don't ask me to quote the exact number of years, but it's been a long time since it's been up here, and it would seem that $40 is not too unlikely. Take a look here at the currency pairs. The euro is buying 1.4335 US dollars, and the pound 1.6328 rather, and the US dollar buying 85.3705 yen and the Aussie buying, or rather the US dollar, sorry, the Aussie is buying 1.0436 and US dollar buying 0.9601 Canadian and 0.9184 Swiss francs. Okay, and look here at the economic calendar, and we've got a decision out of Japan on their rates. Hardly surprising, but that will stay the same at 0.1 given their recent tragic problems there. So that doesn't look like that's actually been released as yet, and there isn't a time scheduled for that. Then we've got some UK GDP numbers or estimates coming out at 0.7, previous 0.1, so that would be a reasonably positive number there. That's the, well, sorry, that is the print. There was no estimate there, so that's reasonably positive. Canadian Purchasing Managers Index numbers out, well, they're already out, sorry. Pretty good at 73.2 in both cases. Previous the expectation was 65, and the previous there you can see. Then of course around lunchtime we've got our employment numbers and unemployment numbers, which is expected to stay in line with the previous at 5%. Then moving through to this evening, we've got some UK asset purchase and the rates decision there, which is expected to stay at 0.5%. Previous was 0.5, and we've also got shortly thereafter European Central Bank rates decision. Looks like the consensus is for that to be bumped up 0.25% to 1.25. And then for the rest of the week, really just this Canadian employment number coming out tomorrow night. So yeah, as I might have mentioned, really a week sort of lacking in major numbers coming out. Okay, let's take a look at the Falcon Trader here and have a look at a couple of the markets. I know, pardon me, one stock that I've been mentioning quite a lot is Energy World Corporation. We've got a number of clients on board on that, down around 42 cents, and so that's really treated them. They've been pretty kind sort of trade. Excuse me. So we've got it between 20 and 25%. So I actually got out of that when it started to fall. Not yesterday, but the day before. I think that was Tuesday. Just in case we saw a significant pullback or correction. If we do, I'd be happy to get back in, perhaps down around 45 level, and see how we go there. But certainly we were in line to expect some resistance at these levels up here around the mid-50s or so. If we look back here, you can see that it has spent a fair bit of time bouncing off there. Okay, so moving on, let's take a look at a gold stock, which I think is probably appropriate now that we're seeing some big moves here on gold, and that is Medusa. I've talked about it quite a lot of times here before. I sort of missed this one because I came out with an announcement yesterday that was pretty positive, but certainly we had one of these formations here, if I can get the charts working, and they don't seem to want to cooperate. But if we imagine that we have a trend line down here, we would expect a break at some point. So we've got a little pennant formation, and we did have that break yesterday, so I think that's about a 5% move up. Concern I have now is that we've got quite a lot of resistance previously here, so a break above that should see us move up to test this near $8 level. The concern there, of course, is that that's the all-time high for the stock. So a little bit interesting there, not quite sure how to play that just yet. Another gold stock that I quite like is Kingsgate. Again, we had a little bit of a break here, broken above that interim high there, and what was a level of support there. So if we see a move here higher, I would have thought that $10 to the high side is not an unrealistic expectation. Let's take a quick look at pardon me, our index here. Now this is the SPY, so we have actually taken out that level here, and that should mean that we're on our way to test this level up here, above 5,000. We can look at the cash index and see a slightly different picture, and which suggests that yes, we haven't actually taken out that previous high there, so a bit of work to do. And here a bit, let's crunch it up. So we can see we can go back to 2009, 2 years of pretty much range trading here, consolidation, and we might expect to see something meaningful happen here pretty soon. Okay, so I think I'll finish off there. Thanks for your attention, and until next time, good luck with your trading. Bye for now.